on the scope and nature of the investigation. Here's the fact. The fact is, evidently, he already made up his mind 3 months before the investigation really got underway. So this whole thing was a fraud on the American people.
Donald Trump says, wow, looks like James Comey exonerated Hillary Clinton long before the investigation was over, and so much more. A rigged system. The president was referring to allegations made this week by Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley of Iowa and Senator Graham of South Carolina. In a news conference, the senators and Comey began drafting the exoneration statement in April of 2016, which was before the FBI interviewed 17 key witnesses, including Clinton herself and top aides. Didn't you know that there was something pretty darn fishy about that whole thing? Chris Wallace from Fox News Sunday.
Again, we don't know what we don't know about this, but it's certainly, there's smoke. We don't know whether there's fire, but it certainly is worth investigating, certainly worth looking at all the drafts, probably worth talking to the officials who were interviewed by the Justice Department investigator, and probably worth talking to James Comey about all this to find out. It certainly is curious.
I think it is very, very curious. They're slimy as possible. And again, what powers does Hillary Clinton have? I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, they've been in politics for a long time, don't get me wrong. But to be able to get these folks, and supposedly the Boy Scout, to be able to do these things for them, to help them, to exonerate them, it allows Hillary Clinton to go off and, did you hear, it was $20,000 for the book tour if you want to be in the VIP section to just see her. Isn't that just unbelievable? For her to make more excuses as to why she lost the election with her new book. Well, I'm not buying your book. I want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear lies, ways to make yourself feel better, or how you would build your village. You know the book, It Takes a Village? Yeah, not your village, Hillary Clinton. I don't want to live in your land, your world. What a greedmeister. How greedy she is. Trump donates $1 million of his own money to those in Texas. How much money from Clinton's book tour do you think she's going to send out to Texans? How much money? How much money for her new foundation do you think is going to come to the aid of Texans? Guess how much? Zero. Not a thing. There's a lot of animosity in the mainstream media against Texas. People have just alluded, just kind of like this quacky visiting professor at USF here that got fired. He was a visiting professor, and thankfully there's a tweet out from the university saying that the university now and their students stand in solidarity and, with those in Texas after the firing of them, and that if nobody likes it, well, then who cares, essentially, according to the university, that we stand on what we said. But there's a lot of people that are not really liking Texas, despite the people that are having so much pain, the deaths that have been attributed to the storm, the callousness because Texas largely voted for Donald Trump. And that's the reaction from a lot of callous lefties out there and snowflakes that could care less about the poor folks of Texas. Isn't that sweet? But not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. Folks, by the way, speaking of charities, Samaritan's Purse, still a great go-to. They're doing a terrific work. Maybe your local church is doing something. Give something maybe extra in the offering plate. This Sunday, you can go online to the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, another favorite of mine, doing the most good they can do. And they always do, too. And but whatever you can do, if you can't be on the ground, your church group's not going out there, at least you can do is give something to them because, we could be the state. We could be next. And like I say, Irma churning out in the Atlantic, could be coming towards the United States mainland. We'll know in a couple days if that's the case, but keep your eyes on it if you're on vacation. A lot of people go off the grid, so to speak, when they're on vacation, and I would just say you need to keep your eyes open. At least check in with the National Hurricane Center if you feel like you might be up in the coast area, along the coast area, that is. You might be affected from it, or friends or family. So we all know somebody somewhere else, don't we, that might need a helping hand or might be coming your way to get out of the eye of the storm. But these happenings are reality, folks, and we talk about that each and every day. So if that's refreshing to you, you like to hear it with a good dose of common sense. No fake news here, folks. We just don't provide that. You can get it other places, plenty of other places, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, CNN. You take your pick. They have no problem giving you the unreality, the untruths. But we live in the land of reality here on For the People, 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And if you don't get the second hour, forthepeopleshow.com, we have our podcast available to anybody at any time, free of charge. However, a reminder, we're 100% listener supported, and your generous donations keep us on the air. So if you'd like to make a donation or become a For the People subscriber, you can do that on our front page at forthepeopleshow.com. Keith Allen, For the People, happy Labor Day. All the best. May God bless.